Chapter 1. Where to begin? So you want to draw a fantasy character? Before even putting pencil to paper, it's good to plan out what you want to create. Ask and answer questions about your character. What personality do they have? Do they use a weapon? What kind? Where do they live? The mountains, the sea, the plains? Are they rich or poor? Good or evil? These questions, plus many more, can help you get a more concrete idea of who you want your character to be. And all of these questions can be reflected visually in your character's design. Personality affects pose and expression, and is what most quickly connects your character to your audience. Are they shy? Their pose will be more reserved and withdrawn. Are they confident? Their pose will be rigid and determined. If your character is very intense, they may have a very serious and angry face. Or maybe they're happy, and they have a cheerful smile and an inviting stance. Learning to show personality through stance and expression adds an extra layer of life to your characters. There are many kinds of weapons, and within those kinds of weapons are subcategories. Sure, everyone knows what a sword is, but what about a rapier, falchion, or scimitar? It is especially important to research weapons, otherwise you end up drawing the same few kinds over and over again without any variety. Do some research. Museums, websites, historical books. You can find weapon examples all over the world. Where your character calls home has a great impact on their skin color, build, and clothing. How warm the climate is affects how heavy their clothing is, and the type of environment they live in affects the style of their clothes. Also, if the environment is very sparse, such as in a desert, the characters living there will most likely be more lean and tan than characters that live in the plains where animals and crops are more readily available. An often overlooked factor in a character's design is their economic status. Not every elf should be able to afford mithril armor, right? So make sure to incorporate a wide range of economic states in your characters to add another dimension of diversity. Okay, so now you've thought about what your character should be, it's time to start drawing. This is the part where most guides tell you what kind of materials you need to draw, but there are no specific tools that work best. It's all about what you're comfortable with and what you want the final form to be. Most of my work I finish digitally, so I sketch with whatever I can find and clean it up on the computer. Experiment and find out what works best for you and what you feel the most comfortable with. If you're just beginning to be interested in drawing, you'll probably want to start with a pencil, since it's most likely the medium you've used the longest. Once you've become comfortable drawing with a pencil, you can begin experimenting with other medias,